Hello and welcome to The Den. Complete change of scenery from the back garden and the doggies trying to lick the hell out of me. The purpose of this is to welcome you to the digital side of the Lion's Den and what we're actually trying to do. So we've actually gone online with everything. We're doing Zoom classes, we're doing Zoom PT, and then of course I'm filming a hell of a lot of free content for yourselves. And we've got an app as well that if you want access to, just get hold of us. And there's some free workouts in there as well. All you got to do is download the actual app, and then I will plop the free workouts on there for you. Simple and easy to use. There's video guides and everything there for you, so it's easy for you to follow on. I've also started a YouTube channel, this is what's going to go on. So I'm quite new to this YouTube stuff and talking to the camera. So I'm going to try something. Don't hate me, but I don't like writing, and it bores me a little bit. Reading bores me a little bit. Long scriptures bores me, so I'd rather talk to you face to face or face to camera as we do it here. I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to try and do this every other day, just to log. I think it's called a vlog, quite old, but I'm going to try and log basically my feelings, what's happening with myself and my family all the way through this pandemic, and how I can try and get you moving and try and motivate you as well. This word motivation gets flung about a lot. So this particular video is to tell you how I motivate myself. Motivation doesn't come that easy for me. You can't just wake up every morning and just be motivated. It doesn't just happen like that. For me, sometimes it can be completely difficult. And I need to be in a frame of mind to get up and move myself, to go and do a workout, to go and take the dogs out, to go and do content, to go and do stuff on the app. All that I need to try and motivate myself to do. Now, the things that actually motivate me to move can differ from day to day. Now, if you draw motivation from online influencers, from different people, then that's fine. But what happens is that motivation tends to run out a little bit. So you'll have it for a little bit, and then after a while it'll just go. And then you sort of stuck to square one again, it happens to me, happens to everyone. It's just one of them things. But you then got to try and draw your motivation again from somewhere else. Me personally, my routine, when I get up early, that's what I use that time for. So I try and get up at least an hour or two before everyone, so I can sit and I can calculate my thoughts and try and plan the day out, so I can get things moving and I can get myself moving. If I don't do that and I get up late, then I'm in a whirl of hurt and I ain't got a clue where I'm coming or I'm going, and I'm just grumpy for the full day. I get labelled as being grumpy anyway, but don't believe them. It's my missus and my daughter. They always tell me I'm grumpy. Anyway, I get up early, drink my water, have my porridge, play with the dogs if they could be asked to get up and play with me. And depends on what time, not so much what time, but depends on what the weather's like. I might go out for a walk, take them out, go out for a run, and try and get myself moving that way, try and start getting my steps up. One of the biggest things, one of my biggest motivators, apart from getting up early and planning my day out, is food. Now, I love food, I love cooking, which I'm going to start doing as well, actually. I've got some good recipes that I need to start putting together and filming. Easy stuff that you can do. Very nutrient dense, good macros, good calories, and all that sort of stuff in there. But I'll get to that. But food is another one of my motivators. If I see cake, I love cake. If I see pastries, food in general makes me just want to eat. But for me to counteract that, for me to justify me eating, not so much a load of crap because I always watch what I eat anyway, but for me to counteract that, I have to move a certain amount to then enable me to go and eat what I want to eat. People ask, what do you eat? You must watch your calories all the time, you must calorie count and weigh your food and all that sort of stuff. I don't get into all of that. Like my good friend Dean Ammon said, shout out to Dean Ammon, the only time you should be doing all them kind of things is if you're actually going to step on stage. You don't want to be eating broccoli and rice and dry ass chicken for the rest of your life. to make yourself feel better. It don't make no sense. You're not living. Eat some food. Eat some proper food. Get some cake in your life. Cake makes people happy. Carl Pilkington said cake makes people happy. So get some cake in your life. That's one of my main motivators. I want to eat cake and I want to eat a bit of crap. So I will work out and I'll make sure I work out to my best effort so that I can eat something or I can have a drink. I love having a drink. Everybody loves having a drink, but you gotta balance it out. Everything in moderation. This time, especially during the pandemic, it's hard because you're home. Some people are working from home and the fridge calls you. Something in a snack drawer calls you all the time and it's boredom eating and it's very, very fucking hard. You can't just justify getting up and going to that fridge every 2 minutes without doing anything. A 20-minute WOD or 20-minute body weight workout would not justify you going to that fridge 20 times a day and having some scuff. So you need to make sure your training balances out what you're actually eating. So back to my motivator, food, but I train so that I can eat. I'm going to put some healthy stuff up. I'm going to fill some healthy stuff up, so don't you worry about that. Nice and easy stuff. So food. The other motivator I have is music. If you never listen to soca music, then I suggest you go onto Spotify, you go onto iTunes, you go onto YouTube, and you search soca music. I'm from Trinidad. Soca music is this genre of music that is designed to get you moving. If you're listening to a soca song, a soca hit, and you're not tapping your feet, or your head's not bouncing or anything like that, something's completely wrong with you. You need to go and check yourself out. Never mind COVID-19, you need to go and check yourself out because soca music is one of them things that gets you moving. That's mine. But honestly, go and have a look, a listen, and go and have a search for soca music. And I swear to you, you'll want to actually get up and do something, or it'll have you active. If you don't like soca music, or God forbid, if that's not your thing, find your genre. Find something that gets you moving. People work out to different things. Different types of genres motivate people in different ways. If I squat, or if I'm doing a heavy leg day, I need to have heavy metal rock or some sort of dubstep blasting in my ears so I can get deep and I can get back out of the hole. If I'm training something a little bit simpler, then I go for hip hop. I go for hip hop. If I'm running, then I started off using soca, EDM, and fast-paced music, but for some reason it changes my cadence and it messes it up. So I tend not to run with anything anymore. Unless I go with a book or podcast or something like that, then that sort of helps. So music, try and get a nice genre of music to get you grooving and get you moving. Another one of my motivators, I think it's the fear of being lazy. I don't know if that's a thing, but I don't always tell people off, or I don't always have this perception that if people don't get up and move, they're lazy, and I don't want to, it's a bad thing and all that sort of stuff. But to me, it's one of my fears, and I don't want to be one of those people that just sits on a chair, watches Netflix all day in, day out, series after series after series, and not do anything. It's quite addictive when you go onto Netflix and you actually find something that you're addicted to, you really like. It's easy to sit there for hours on end and binge watch those series. But think about if you're just waking up in the morning, having breakfast, not doing anything active, and you just sat there all day watching Netflix or watching something on TV, you're not moving and you're just consuming all those calories. Think about what that's doing to you. If you use a bit of machinery for about a year, and then after you stop using that bit of machinery, it gets old, you've updated it somehow, and you've not used it. When you come back to using that machine, then potentially it may not work, potentially you'll have things wrong with it, potentially it might be rusted, and you can have all sort of different complications that can happen to that machine, which means that it won't work well. That's pretty similar to what happens to your body. If you don't use it, if you don't grease the hinges and move and do all that sort of stuff, then you might get a bit rusty. That's where your movement patterns Gets weird. Next thing you know, you're trying to twist around to get your bag of Doritos and you do your back in. Yeah? So try to be a little bit more active. Don't just watch Netflix. Justify Netflix, justify your food by doing some sort of movement. You can go out for a walk, do some workouts. So these bite-sized sessions that I'm putting up, just because they're about 20 minutes long or about 15 minutes long, doesn't mean that that's the only thing that you have to do that day. There are methods of doing stuff. If you've got the time and you've got the patience to smash out a full hour and a half workout with whatever kit you've got, then by all means do so. That could be your workout good, your workout done. If not, break it up into bite-sized chunks. So the first thing in the morning, you do 15 minutes. Around lunchtime, you do another 15, 20 minutes. Later on, you do another 15, 20 minutes. And that could be broken up into different body parts. It could be broken up into a bit of cardio, a bit of resistance, and a bit of mobility at the back end of it. However you want to break it up, you can break it up that way. And it works. The accumulated time still does something for you. But again, it's that motivation after you sat there watching Netflix is to go, right, I'm not going to watch this next episode. I'm going to get up and do something for about 20 minutes, have a shower, and then I'm going to get back and finish watching what I'm going to watch. There are pros and cons to these different types of modalities of working out. Your hour and a half long, and then your 15, 20 minute bite-sized chunks. But you can try them both, see which works for you, and give them a go. But like I said, the main aim of this is to try and get what draws your motivation and for you to start moving, basically. My other motivation, and I think it's one of my biggest ones, is you. When I have people message me and I have people write comments under my workouts and they DM me and I see them face to face and they say, you're doing a great job, I really like that workout you put up, I'm going to do that later, thanks for motivating me. That really, really, really motivates me to give you more. And I think that's my job, and that's one thing I love to do, and I really enjoy doing. Regardless of if you leave a comment or not, regardless of if you save the exercise or not, it's your business. I'm doing stuff so people can have a look at the content and try and do something. Things like this, movement patterns, nutrition, people should know it. People should have at least a basic understanding of how to move, what to eat right. And that's what I'm here for. And I'm here to answer any questions that you may have on those types of topics. Like I said, I think people should know about it, especially, and I keep drawing back to this pandemic, especially around this time. It is absolutely nails, and you need to try and dial in your nutrition. You need to try and dial in your movement, especially if you're not doing anything. You are 100% my biggest motivator. So keep leaving comments, keep DMing me. If you got any questions, you got anything you want me to try and clarify, you got a specific workout that you want me to make for you, then I will do. Like I said, everyone's home, so people have different bits of kit. Some people might have sandbags, some people might have kettlebells, some people might have resistance bands, some people might not have anything, but I can generate a workout that will give you enough resistance with near enough anything. If you only do body weight exercises, then that will only carry a certain while, for a certain time. So my advice would be is to try and invest in some resistance bands, or try and find somebody that will lend you some resistance bands. If you're struggling, if you're really, really struggling, I've got some resistance bands in here that are a bit US, they're a bit split, some of them have come apart and all that, but you can still use them. There's still things you can do with them, and I can still generate a workout with whatever you have at home. And it's pretty simple. If you don't have anything, someone has a knapsack, someone has a suitcase, a bag, something like that at home that all you can do is throw a load of bottled water in it, a load of cans, whatever that you can get that's solid enough that wouldn't mush up and get your bag all dirty. You can throw it in a bag, weigh it, get a bit of resistance, 8, 10 kilograms, whatever, and still do something with it. You can slow your reps down. You can explore, do different things. There are things that you can do instead of just giving up. So don't give up. Like I said, you are my biggest motivator. So please, please, please get up and do something. So these bite-sized Den Talks will be up on the YouTube and they will be on the podcast as well. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want me to talk about. It's going to flick in between health and fitness and everything in between. So someday I might talk about something completely random and you'll want to know what the hell is going on. That's just me. And I'll just talk about something random. If there's a specific topic that you want me to talk about, then let me know. I'll try and talk about it to the best of my knowledge. If you've got people that you know that wants to come on the podcast and you want to hear their side of a specific topic, then let me know and we'll get them onto the podcast. There's no drama. If you want to come onto the podcast, then you come onto the podcast. Okay? We'll get you onto the magazine cover, Den's Health. We'll get you onto the podcast and we'll have a good conversation. It doesn't matter what it's about. Health, fitness, and everything in between. That's what we're going to talk about. Keep moving. Keep staying, trying to stay motivated as much as you can. Enjoy the time with your family. Enjoy your time off. Sleep as much as you can. Do as much mobility as you can. Get as much movement in you as you can. And stay safe. If you don't want to go out your house, don't go out your house. If you don't have to go out your house, don't go out your house. All right? Stay inside, stay safe, and do something. For now, thank you very much for listening. Signing out.